Hello everyone and welcome back to Full Throttle with the Gent. I am your host, Brennan the Gent. We have some things to talk about, mostly modifieds, because I have to admit, I didn't watch the Nascar race at Bristol. I only seen parts of it. I did have it on the TV, but I didn't watch it. I was watching a modified race, taking notes for that, because modifieds are my passion, and I talk more about them than anything else. So here we go. I am still going to talk about Cup news, by the way. Don't let, whatever. But here we go. Modified news. Doug Colby wins the pole. All right. Very, very good lap time put down. Very strong car the whole time. The whole weekend, I should say. It was pretty good little qualifying effort. Let's take a look at the last few minutes of qualifying, actually.
So the big guns have gone to the big dance. And here is Justin Bonsignore. Let's keep an eye on him as he will rifle his way out of turn number 4. And he did not get the lap that he wanted. He is deep in the field. Now Matt Swanson is all done. He is 10th fastest at the present time. Here comes Doug Colby. This should be exciting. Colby leaving turn number 4. Justin Bonsignore takes the pole, and Doug Colby takes it away from him. 18.869.
Just like that, the fastest two cars flash across the stripe. Justin Bonsignore had the fast time for about a half a second, and then Colby took it away. Here's Bonsignore again on the second lap. He'll still be second fastest. Colby again turns up the wick. 18.855 that lap for Doug Colby. Justin Bonsignore is done. He'll settle with second. Colby, with the fastest time, makes his way out of turn number 4. And he'll be satisfied with his time, which will be the fastest on the afternoon.
Wow, that was exciting, Pete. As Justin Bonsignore, it looked like he had the pole, but before anybody could write down the time, Doug...
Okay, so there you have it. Doug Colby gets the pole. Colby. I always say Colby, or it sounds like I'm saying Colby, but it's Colby. Anyhow, race starts on Sunday, 3 o'clock start. You can watch that race on Brennan the Gent channel. Did not mean to talk like that in, third person or first person, whatever they call it. All right, so Colby leads most of the race. Wonderful, wonderful race. A little sleepy in the beginning, but it picked up. He was flying. That car was just tuned up perfect all weekend. All right. Couple crashes. There was only 3 cautions the whole race. And they were just mostly spin out. So nothing too big. Okay. So he leads most of this race. I'd say about 90% of it. And the third and final caution, second caution comes out. And he goes into pits, does a great stop, goes out, accidentally runs over the hose. NASCAR penalizes him, and he's sent to the rear of the field. Okay? So this is the second half of the race, almost over with. Now it's going to get good because he has the fastest car on the track. This is going to be fun watching him going from last to the front. Okay? And he did not disappoint. Actually, he came all the way up to 6th. And, he flew that whole time. It was fun watching him. And the third and final caution came out, sent the race into overtime, but he just didn't have enough. I don't know what happened to where he didn't get around. Actually, the last one of the turns, they all stacked up in front of him, slowing them down a lot more. But Justin Bonsignore wins his 5th straight modified race at Thompson. 5th straight. That's amazing. Thompson's a wonderful track, and to anywhere 5th time. To win anywhere 5 times is just amazing. Let's take a look at the last few laps of that modified race.
And it comes true.
Let's go to Dave Barabalt.
Matt, I just checked in with the Ron Silk team. They just say they're going to throw their best at him and do what they can over the final 2 laps.
And we've seen Ron Silk have some late race charges here in the Tour. There was one time he made a late pit stop with about 10 to go. It looked like there was no way he would win, and he almost extracted a victory. So Ronnie Silk can be very dangerous in this situation. Eric Goodale in the 58 in third. So most of the time on the Whelen Modified Tour, the leader elects to go to the outside. That's what Justin Bonsignor has been doing for the last 4 years. He is going for his 10th overall Thompson Tour win and his 5th in a row. But Ron Silk, coming off that victory in South Boston, he has a hot hand right now. So it all comes down to a restart in an overtime situation. So we are headed for a great showdown. And remember the cliche that we have? You're only as good as your last restart. Both Bonsignor and Silk will be looking for great ones.
Well, there's always that possibility of spinning the tires, missing a shift, getting out of the groove, whatever the case may be. So restarts can be tough, particularly when there's so much pressure in the fact that this is an overtime restart. So it'll be interesting to see.
Remember the green-white checker a few years ago, Ronnie Silk against Rowan Pennock, and Pennock jumped the start, and Ronnie Silk was able to win.
Here they come. Green flag is in the air. And Bonsignor gets back out in front, gets a pretty good shove from Craig Lutz at the green, and now the... Well, the caution
so
light
it
came on for a
is the
second.
51 of Bonsignor. Here comes Silk. Goodale getting by Lutz. Emmerling trying to get by Lutz.
Here comes Bonsignor clear in that lead, gets the white flag, one more lap to go, and he is cleanly in the lead with Silk running second.
Next flag will end the race. Here is Bonsignor as he is able to lightning bolt his way into the third corner. Silk in second. Here comes Bonsignor. He will take the 5th. 5 wins in a row at Thompson for Justin Bonsignor and his first win of 2019. Ron Silk in second. Eric Goodale in third. Patrick Emmerling in fourth. Doug Colby picked up a position to move into 5th. So here he is, ladies and gentlemen, your defending and current icebreaker champion, Justin Bonsignor. And he goes to the door to celebrate, and his crew is having a great time too. And he is pretty energetic there. Let's go to our host of Victory Lane, Pete Falcone.
Well, Justin Bonsignor keeps the streak alive.
Yeah, you got to be lucky sometimes, and we didn't start the year off too lucky, but you take him any way we can get him. That was going to be a dogfight with Doug. We've both been really good all weekend, and he was a little better on that hard tire. I think our car would have been better on the or closer to him on the soft tire, but sometimes you need a little luck, and if this is what we need to get the momentum going for the year, we'll take it.
What went through your mind when you found out there was a penalty there?
There's some problems going on with race control, so my spotter, nobody really knew what was going on with him. I left the pits at the same time. I didn't know. It took us a lap, but once he didn't maintain pace car speed, I was like, well, we're in good shape here. So, and once we get the lead here, it's just about minding the gap, and my spotter did a great job giving us intervals, and just can't thank this whole team enough. Phoenix Communications, Clearcom IT, first race for them this year. All our product sponsors, Robert Yates Engines, LFR, Robbie Fuller, Ryan Stone, and this whole pit crew, the whole team just do such a great job, and this is crazy. This is my 10th win here with Thompson, with Ken and Janine Massa, so this is unbelievable.
Well, and it's exactly what you wished for, hoping to turn it around at Thompson, and you did.
Yeah, I knew all week I was beating myself up pretty good for what I did down there last week. I just I tore the car up early, and I said under green last week when I was putting around about 50 laps down that I'll make it up next week, boys, and like I said, you got to have some good luck to go with this deal, and on to Stafford.
All right, just what the doctor ordered. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Thanks all the fans coming out. It was a beautiful day here at Thompson. We love coming here, and good to see everybody here.
Justin Bonsignor makes it 5 in a row in his 10th overall.
So there you have it. There's the last few laps of it, and I also added the driver interview with Justin. Your top 3 was Justin Bonsignor, Ron Silk, and Eric Goodale. So it was really good top 3. Actually, good top 10. Good, the whole field was great. I really respect all those drivers. They're the true weekend warriors of NASCAR. They will race on Saturday or Sunday, and then they're back at work on Monday. You know, there is no money really in the modified tour. Okay, sponsorships help them with everything. I mean, you have really good sponsorships in the tour, but they're going back to work on Monday, and that's what I really love about that series. Plus, the cars are just beautiful. Let's move on to Cup news. And in Cup news, Kyle Busch wins at Bristol. His 54th career win, and now he is tied at 10th with Lee Petty. Okay. Kurt Busch did finish second, and it was fun to listen to Kurt Busch in his interview after the race. He says, if he didn't bobble off of one of the turns, he would have wrecked his brother. And wouldn't that have made for a nice Thanksgiving this year? So, I'd like to see how that race would have turned out if he didn't bobble. Let's go into penalty news before the results. Full race results. So Kevin Harvick had to start from the rear of the field and make a pass-through penalty as soon as the green flag dropped. He also lost a crew member for the weekend because prior to the race, his car failed inspection 3 times. So that's the problem. Okay. Ryan Preece was sent to the rear field prior to the race due to needing a backup car for a crash in practice. And he actually ended up losing a tire from contact during the first laps of the race, pretty much. I wouldn't say first laps, but it was early. And he did take out Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott went for a little spin, but due to Chase Elliott's talent, he was able to save it with minimum damage. Corey LaJoie did get into the back of Chase Elliott, but it wasn't bad. Corey LaJoie did have some front-end damage, but it's Bristol. I don't think it hurt anything, really. You know, it's weird. You're not supposed to think of a short track as having aero problems, because you don't need aero at a short track. It's supposed to be about the speed of your car, the handling, and all this other stuff, not aero. But this new package, I assume it does, because later on in the telecast, I heard that one of the people up there was talking about aero, and the guy with him was like, wait, at the beginning you said it wasn't, you know, kind of questioning him about it. But I guess it's a trade-off, you know. I don't know, but it never was like that. I mean, you can beat the heck out of your car. You know, you can lose all front fenders and only have your radiator showing and still win at Bristol. It's not like that anymore. It's sad. The only other NASCAR news regarding Bristol that I can tell you about is attendance issues. Very, very sad to see a Bristol race having to close off both corners of the grandstands, and just, it's not right. It's so sad to see it like that, and it really hurts, because at one point back in, you know, NASCAR's heyday, I'd say as late as 2004, maybe 3 tops, because 3 was the last of NASCAR Winston Cup. You had to be willed those tickets. Honestly, you had to have been given them through someone's passing or winning them, because there was no way you were getting a ticket at that. There was a list. There was a huge list, a waiting list of tickets. Now, you could sit wherever you want. I heard that the drivers did like the 50-50 traction compound with the PJ1 stuff, that the sticky stuff that they put on the bottom of the track. But you can't fabricate racing. You have to let the racers race. You can't let them focus on these monstrosities of a race car. They look nice, don't get me wrong, but the aero package needs to go. And that's the opinion of a lot of drivers. There was problems with Brad Keselowski and with his position after pit stops. He was somehow in front of drivers that did not pit, so that got all wonky. He was really furious on the radio. but NASCAR did take care of it at the trailer. They talked to him, and he came out saying that they made the right call. You know, I was listening to Clint Bowyer's scanner most of the race. I did have it on my phone, and he was the one that brought it to NASCAR's attention. So, all right, let's go on to the Bristol race results. We'll do that right now. Okay, everyone, here's your Monster Energy Cup Series race results from Bristol Motor Speedway. First was Kyle Busch for the 54th time. Second was Kurt Busch. Third was Joe Logano. Fourth was Ryan Blaney. Fifth was Denny Hamlin. Sixth was Paul Menard. Seventh was Clint Bowyer. Eighth was Daniel Suarez. Ninth was Ryan Newman. And rounding up the top 10 was Jimmy Johnson. Finishing in 11th was Chase Elliott, who started on the pole. I will leave the rest up for you so you can check out them a little bit longer. And we'll move on to points. Okay, y'all, there's the race results, and now let's move on to points after Bristol. Okay, y'all, after Bristol Motor Speedway's race, here is the driver points. Kyle Busch with 19 playoff points still is the leader with 3 race wins. Denny Hamlin with 2 race wins is in second. Joe Logano is still in third, hanging on strong with that 1 race win. Kevin Harvick is 4th. Brad Keselowski is 5th. Ryan Blaney is 6th. Martin Truex Jr. is 7th. 8th is Kurt Busch. 9th is Eric Elmore, and rounding out the top 10 is Chase Elliott. I will leave up the points here for a couple more seconds so you can take a look where your favorite driver may be. So there is your points after Bristol. The only thing else I have to say is in the Xfinity Series, Kyle Busch was not there. So it was fun to watch the other drivers actually get to shine for once. And Christopher Bell got a huge paycheck for winning the Dash for Cash and the race. The Dash for Cash prize was $100,000, I believe it was. Was it $100,000? Yeah, I think it was $100,000. Don't quote me on that, but it was a big check. I know the Orange County Speedway here in North Carolina, I don't know why I'm pointing, but they had their Cars late model series, and they had the biggest prize event that I've ever heard for a late model race. $30,000 to win. Absolutely amazing. Only 32 cars showed up for that race. You would think the amount of late models in this country, all across the short tracks of America, there'd be more for that race, especially with a $30,000 prize. They only did, now to be honest, they only did take 28 of those cars, but oh well. Anyway, let's move on to the NASCAR trivia question answer for this weekend, and we'll end up wrapping it up after that. Okay, everyone, here is your NASCAR trivia question and answer for this weekend's question. How many IROC wins does Dale Earnhardt Sr. have? The answer? 11. He had 34 top 5s and 53 top 10s in the IROC series. It was very fun. It was a very fun series to watch. And congrats to Bobby Farrell for answering it correctly in the comment section. We'll have another NASCAR trivia question next week, so stay tuned and join along. Okay, y'all, that is all the news we have for today for Full Throttle with the Gent. I will get the news out to you as soon as I get them for either qualifying or any breaking news that happens during the week. I will get it to you as soon as possible. Check out Full Velocity Racing Network, the TDRRacing.net, and Hobo Racing League for all your sim racing needs. Also, if you have the time, there is still time to do this. Send Sammy, NASCAR Sammy, a birthday card for his birthday on May 3rd of 2018. His mother is trying to collect birthday cards all around the country and the world to make her son's birthday pretty special. So there is the address to send the cards to. I hope they got what I sent in the mail. I really do. But yeah, stay tuned for more. Please like, share, and subscribe if you can. And I will see you all in the next video.